Good evening. Welcome to the TxDOT San Antonio District's first ever virtual Rural Transportation Improvement Program public meeting for the 2021 through 2024 program. My name is Clayton Rips, and I am the Director of Transportation Planning and Development for the San Antonio District. We are here today to go over the projects to be included in the upcoming 2021 through 2024 Rural TIP. Today we will go over the counties in the San Antonio District and all the roads under the district's care. We will also review the basics of what is the rural TIP and why is it important for you to participate with us today. We will explain how the projects included in the program are selected and classified in order to make the most of the program. Once you have an understanding of all of this, you will have an opportunity to review all of the projects the San Antonio District has included in the 2021 through 2024 program. We will also go over funding, answering questions on where does the money to pay for these projects come from, and how it gets dispersed. Lastly, we will outline the options you have to comment on these projects and their priority. One of the things TxDOT likes to always include in any outreach we do is safety, and this one will pertain to our Mission Zero. In 2019, TxDOT kicked off the hashtag In the Street Texas campaign to reach the goal of zero fatalities on Texas roads by 2050. Distracted driving continues to be a problem in Texas, and data indicates that drivers are not changing their behaviors. So TxDOT wants to raise awareness on the dangers of distracted driving by encouraging Texans to put away their cell phones while driving and help us in the street. The San Antonio District includes all 12 counties shown on this map. The Alamo Area Metropolitan Planning Organization, also known as AAMPO, boundaries are shown in yellow and include Bexar, Comal, Guadalupe, and a portion of Kendall. This presentation and projects included in the 2021 through 2024 Rural TIP are located in the counties shown in gray, and that includes Atascosa, Bandera, Frio, Kendall, Kerr, Medina, McMullen, Uvalde, and Wilson. The Rural Transportation Improvement Program is a list of local projects to be funded in a TxDOT district over the next 4 years. This means that all projects included in the list are expected to be underway within 4 years following its approval. These are the changes you can expect to go to contract in the near future. It is multimodal, which means that it can include projects relating to highways, bicycle and pedestrian facilities, transit services, freight projects, as well as preliminary studies used to define those projects. Rural TIP is meant to show regional agreement on the need and priority of transportation project, so all parties involved can be sure they are making the best investment for the community. It is also expected to be consistent with the projects and objectives included in the regional long-range transportation plans to ensure that all agencies are working towards the same goal. The Rural TIP is a part of the Statewide Transportation Improvement Program, also known as the STIP. Because of the program rules are established by federal law, no project can receive federal funding unless it is listed in the Rural TIP. It is important for you to participate because funding secured by this process is intended to address your community's most immediate needs. By providing comments on the priority of the projects included, you are helping us identify regional priorities. By reviewing the entire program in a single meeting, you are 1. Having a regional impact, 2. Helping us be more effective with your money, and 3. Ensuring that we are investing where we should. Rural transportation organizations, metropolitan planning organizations, and local governments are responsible for identifying projects within their boundaries. TxDOT, through the district office, is responsible for the selection of all projects relating to the state transportation system and other national highways. This includes interstates, state and U.S. highways, but most importantly, this should include the farm-to-market and ranch-to-market roads you use every day. The San Antonio District works closely with the Alamo Regional Rural Planning Organization, ARPO, on identifying projects and establishing priorities. The project you will review today should respond to local needs. It is our responsibility to provide you with the opportunity to provide input on which projects should be advanced. Once projects have been identified, they are evaluated according to their scale and classified according to the funding they require, as well as their potential impact. Big projects are categorized as regionally significant projects and are included as standalone items, for example, a roadway expansion project. To simplify this budgeting and planning process, smaller projects are lumped together into 11 separate subcategories, referred to as grouped projects. Grouped projects include things like landscaping, safety lights, or new bicycle and pedestrian facilities. This grouping practice facilitates the federal funding of smaller projects, for example, the pavement repair on a farm-to-market road. The project information presented today can be found on TxDOT's website using the Project Tracker application. You can view projects by highway, project ID, TxDOT district, county, or state, federal legislative districts. As a project develops, its status may change from planning to design to construction. Project updates occur weekly and are retrieved from TxDOT systems. Data and schedules can change as information is updated. This map shows the location of the 17 projects included in the 2021 through 2024 rural TIP for Atascosa County, indicated in orange. This table lists each of these projects. All of these projects on the upcoming slides for each county can be found on the TxDOT website at the conclusion of this meeting. This map shows the location of the 7 projects included in the 2021 through 2024 rural TIP for Bandera County, which are highlighted in orange. Again, this list is a breakout of each of those projects for Bandera County, and these can be found on the TxDOT website. This map shows the location of the 9 projects included in the 2021 through 2024 rural TIP for Frio County. They are indicated in orange. A list of these projects shown here can be found on the TxDOT website. This map shows the location of the 17 projects included in the 2021-2024 rural TIP for Kendall County. They are highlighted in orange. This table is a list of those projects, which can also be found on the TxDOT website. This map shows the location of the 14 projects included in the 2021 through 2024 rural TIP for Kerr County, and those projects are highlighted in orange as well. A list of these projects for Kerr County can also be found on the TxDOT website. This map shows the location of the single project for the 2021 through 2024 rural TIP for McMullen County, which is highlighted in orange. This project, as shown here, can be found on the TxDOT website as well. This map shows the location of the 19 projects included in the 2021-2024 rural TIP for Medina County, which are highlighted in orange. This table lists those projects from Medina County, and they also can be found on the TxDOT website. This map shows the location of the 22 projects included in the 2021 through 2024 rural TIP for Uvalde County, which are highlighted in orange. Again, a list of these projects can be found on the TxDOT website. This map shows the location of the 19 projects included in the 2021 through 2024 rural TIP for Wilson County. Those projects are highlighted in orange. The Wilson County projects can also be found broken out on a list on the TxDOT website. The rural TIP functions as a budget list for the district. As such, it is physically constrained. Like the budget of a household, the rural TIP has to be realistic about the amount of money available. It covers all the needs. Frequently, we identify more improvements than we have money to implement. This means prioritizing according to those items that are most necessary. We've discussed a list, but where is the money coming from? Funds can come from three main sources. 1. The federal government. Through the establishment of the Moving Ahead for Progress in the 21st Century, or commonly known as MAP 21, the federal government allocates these funds through the processes established by the Federal Highway and Transit Administrations. Or 2. TxDOT, like the federal government, also allocates a section of our budget for those projects through the Unified Transportation Program's 12 funding categories. And 3. Local governments. Once the need has been identified and the amount of federal monies has been defined, the rural TIP helps local governments assess the funding requirements to match those of the federal and state government and their capacity to meet them. Now, after you review and comment on these projects, what's next? The timeline above illustrates the rural TIP process and where we are right now. Once your comments have been collected and considered, if necessary, the districts will provide TxDOT with a revised rural TIP for approval and integration into the statewide document. The statewide Transportation Improvement Program is built from all 25 districts' rural TIPs as well as the transportation improvement programs from all the Texas metropolitan planning organizations. The timeline above shows where in the rural TIP process fits into this larger effort. Once the STIP is approved by the federal government, the projects are funded and become one step closer to getting on the ground. Now that you are familiar with the program, we want to hear from what you think. Go ahead and fill in a comment card and mail it back to us at the address shown on the screen. You may leave a comment online through the link shown. You can leave a voicemail comment on the phone number listed on this slide. And finally, you can email your comments to chrisknoll@txdot.gov. Comments must be postmarked or otherwise received by May 15, 2020. Please make sure to send your comments before that date. If after today you would like more information or have any other questions, feel free to reach out or visit the district webpage for updates. Remember that you can request additional materials if you wish to discuss this information with your friends or family. Just remind them to make sure they send comments before Friday, May 15, 2020. Thank you for your time and have a good evening.